And a good Friday afternoon to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. It represents 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Roger Hill at Weathering Heights. This VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. We're looking at unsettled weather for the next few days until a cold front and a trailing disturbance will pass through. All of this taking place between now and about Sunday night. No impacts are expected for utilities at this time, at least through this period, into next week and possibly beyond. Lowered confidence on that, but we are looking at generally conditions that will support basically benign weather. We're still on a 7-day cycle of colder weather dropping in on Monday and Tuesday, the early parts of the week. Then a temperature rise, ramp up. Overall next week to feature good sugaring weather with daily highs in the mid-40s to lower 50s. And nights to recharge below freezing. That'll recharge the sugar maples. Snowpack continues to dwindle gradually. All good news there as well. Let's take a look at the computer modeling. Have a little bit of rain showers earlier on this morning. We've had sunshine break out across far northern areas, and this is the case currently. So looking at the NAM, this is the way things are setting up now. Time here is about, this would be about 5 o'clock in the morning, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A little bit of rain shower activity works on through, but we're not talking about very much. The main action is this frontal boundary you can see here. On the colder backside, it's snowing, a little bit of a mix in between, and mostly rain showers. This is about 23Z. This would be 0Z, 7 o'clock in the evening on Saturday evening. We're talking about Saturday evening. This is the way it's developing here. You see kind of a wave of low pressure, 996 millibars. And this looks like the rain showers make it in here in the mid-morning hours on Sunday, and then that continues to track on through. We're not looking at very much in the way of snow, really a dusting to a couple of inches, just a little bit of flurry activity to follow, and you can see how that shapes up there. This is the 4-kilometer NAM. Let's take a look at the European model. The European model is very similar with the southern frontal boundary. Then it shifts a little bit to the north without the precipitation, and then that moves in far northern areas, and then we're looking at this sort of elongated area of low pressure. The main precipitation holds off until Sunday, and here it is. It moves on through fairly narrowly as it pivots on through. High pressure then builds in with a couple flurries, a trailing disturbance on Sunday night, and we're looking at some good dry weather. As a matter of fact, it looks like all of Monday, or at least after around mid-morning, and this will carry over into a portion of Wednesday, perhaps even Thursday. This little ditty here, we got to watch this guy. This is some jet stream energy that's come in the very southern subtropical stream. So it's exiting off Florida, and it will spin up into a nor'easter while tracking further to the northeast. Looks like it clips southern parts of New England. Right now, it looks like it's not going to be a hindrance or a bother for us here, and without any utility impacts. But if that were to phase together with two different troughs, as this is little disturbance moving on by, that could be a little bit more problematic with some wet snow potential. But right now it looks like it's not going to be an issue. We're well into Thursday afternoon at this point, and just to carry that through, you can see very little in the way of precipitation. Another area of higher pressure builds in beyond this period, so we're looking at generally fair weather. This could be our next issue, but that's long ways out. We're talking probably next Friday or Saturday. And same kind of deal, we're just showing precipitation type. You can see that its leading edge is rain, changes to snow, moves on out. A few leftover scattered flurries over Vermont. High pressure builds in, cools on down, then we start to warm back up. There's that nor'easter. You can see it going to the south. It's all rain, catches parts of Cape Cod. Secondary trough never phases together, so that's good news. And then this continues to be really not a problem without too much in the way of impacts. This would be our next impacts here. Probably some southerly gradient winds. That's way around the corner. We're talking probably Friday or Saturday. So this is the GFS ensemble. You can see that this is the main precipitation maker here, which lands on, of course, Sunday with that narrow band. How much? The QPF is a little more robust on the GFS ensemble, closer to around 0.8 of an inch total here. And you can see chances of precipitation type. Let's also take a look at 850 hectopascal temperature. This is all rain above the 0 degree centigrade line. Goes down below freezing, certainly aloft, and kind of oscillates back and forth. Really nothing to see here. In terms of wind department, this is up around 50 knots, and typically that's something we want to watch. This is valid again during the day tomorrow, Saturday. I don't think there's going to be a problem here, as the winds are basically southwest, and maybe the very far northern Vermont mountains could see a little bit of action. We're not looking at anything major. Looking at temperature, this is 2-meter temperature here, and you can see that we're up in the 40s, and then we cool off in the early part of the week. There's that 7-day cycle I was talking about, and the temperatures begin to diurnally ramp up and down. This looks like nice sugaring conditions. This is really what you want to see. Precipitable water. The wettest period is going to be with that chunk of moisture that's going to be working through, especially on Sunday. And then things kind of dry out a little bit. And in terms of snowfall, the GFS ensemble is showing the latest model run here is less than an inch of total snow accumulation. This again is centered on Montpelier. The older models were kind of more a little bit higher in their total snowfall. I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're kind of trending a little bit drier, a little bit less. Precipitation, a couple different storm tracks. You can see one that goes right through here. This is the one that's going to be north of the St. Lawrence Valley. And by the way, this is all snow up in this general area. And then another sort of subtropical track. And this is an older track with that nor'easter that dumps off Florida and then tracks to the south and east of Cape Cod. Let's switch over to temperature. This is 5-day anomalies for daytime high temperatures. Roughly about weighted as neutral, but 3 days later we should warm up just a little bit. No, I guess we're neutral, and the warm-up is out to the west of us. Not a whole lot to see here. One thing I want to show you here is the Arctic is really well above normal. This is a little bit scary. 7.1 degrees. That is Celsius. That's not even Fahrenheit. This is well over 10 degrees. And you can see where the warm temperatures are occurring up in the northern areas. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.